Can an international medical graduate still build a successful career in UK in obs and gynae? Is MRCOG enough? Are training jobs becoming impossible to get? Can you become a consultant without completing UK training? Hi, I'm Dr. Sana Ansari. Welcome back to my channel. If you are an obs and gynae doctor from India or any other country considering to move to UK, this video will give you a realistic picture of opportunities, challenges, and career pathways available in 2026. This is not a video to sell dreams, nor it is a video to discourage you. My goal is to help you make an informed decision based on current reality of UK healthcare system. By the end of this video, you will understand the current scope of obs and gynae in UK for IMGs, challenges faced by international medical graduate, whether moving to UK still makes sense in 2026. Now, why do so many international medical graduates choose obs and gynae in UK? Obs and gynae has historically become one of the most IMG friendly specialties in UK. A large proportion of obs and gynae workforce consists of international medical graduates, making it one of the most diverse specialties within NHS. There are many reasons for this. NHS has a continuing need for obs and gynae doctors. MRCOG is an internationally recognized qualification. There are multiple pathways to progress within the specialty. And finally, many departments across UK has a strong IMG workforce, making it easier for new international doctors to integrate into the system. However, being IMG friendly does not mean the pathway is easy. Competition has increased significantly compared to previous years, and success now requires careful planning. So, the question is, how do international medical graduates enter the UK? First step is obtaining GMC registration. First route is through PLAB. This is most commonly used by MBBS graduates and junior doctors who do not yet hold a recognized postgraduate qualification. Second route is MRCOG based GMC registration. Many obs and gynae doctors obtain GMC registration through an acceptable postgraduate qualification such as MRCOG, avoiding the need to take PLAB. Now, this pathway is particularly attractive for obs and gynae residents, specialists, experienced practitioners. But it's important to understand that obtaining GMC registration does not automatically guarantee employment or entry into specialty training. Now, the third route is through sponsorship and MTI routes. Some doctors enter through sponsorship schemes such as MTI, Medical Training Initiative programs, which provide supervised NHS experience for a fixed duration. Now, regardless of the route, the goal is same: gaining access to NHS practice and building a UK-based career. Now, understanding the UK obs and gynae career structures, there are two main pathways. First is through specialty training. This pathway leads to ST1 to ST7 training, completion of MRCOG examination, certificate of completion of training, consultant eligibility training. It is structured and typically takes a minimum of 7 years. At the end of training, doctors enter the specialist registrar and can apply for consultant post. Now, the second pathway is non-training route. This includes positions such as clinical fellow, trust grade doctor, locally employed doctors, specialty doctor. Many IMGs begin their NHS career through these posts. In fact, for many international doctors, this is the most realistic entry point into UK system. These positions provide NHS experience, exposure to UK clinical practice, portfolio development, research and training experience, and surgical training opportunities. Now, how competitive is obs and gynae training today? This is one of the biggest questions asked by IMGs. The reality is that competition has increased substantially over recent years. There are several factors contributing to it. More UK graduates entering the system, increased interest in specialty training, greater number of international applicants, workforce pressure across the NHS. Does this mean IMGs cannot enter training? Absolutely not. IMGs continue to secure training every year. However, success now requires much more than simply holding MRCOG. Strong applicants usually have NHS experience, clinical audits, quality improvement projects, teaching experience, research activities, leadership experience, and strong interview preparation. Is MRCOG still worth it? In my opinion, answer is always yes. MRCOG remains one of the most valuable qualification for doctors pursuing a career in obs and gynae. It can help you obtain GMC registration, demonstrate commitment to obs and gynae, strengthen job applications, improve career opportunities, and open doors internationally. But MRCOG is not a magic ticket. The benefit depends on which part of MRCOG you have completed, your clinical experience, your portfolio, and your NHS exposure. Many doctors focus on obtaining a training number, but non training posts represent a major opportunity. These jobs allow you to learn NHS system, build a strong portfolio, gain reference from UK consultant, improve your skills, and develop confidence. Now let's discuss the realities that are often not highlighted in recruitment. Number one is increasing competition. It is more competitive than it was a decade ago. Portfolio building has become increasingly important. Two is your NHS experience. Many employers prefer candidates who already understand NHS system and governance structures. Third is obs and gynae is a high pressure specialty, especially the labor wards. They can be extremely busy. Fourth is litigation risk. Obs and gynae is one of the most highly litigated areas of medicine worldwide. So should you move to UK in 2026? Answer depends on your goal. UK may be a good choice if you're genuinely interested in obs and gynae, if you value structured training, if you want international experience, if you're willing to invest time in portfolio development and you're prepared for a long-term career plan. UK may not be ideal if you expect rapid consultant progression, if you want immediate high earning, if you're not willing to relocate, if you're looking for shortcuts. Opportunities remain available, but success now requires patience, persistence, and clear strategy. To summarize the situation, opportunities for IMGs in UK for obs and gynae are still very much alive, but the easy shortcuts no longer exist. If you're planning a career in UK obs and gynae, start preparing early, stay informed, and approach the process with realistic explanations. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.